Hi and welcome. So today I wanted to create and just talk to you about the rolling shutter problem with the Canon EOS M. Now obviously this subject is touched by any Canon EOS M and Magic Lantern user, but generally it stops there, and today I just want to dive deep a little bit of this problem, the rolling shutter, and let's find solutions and ideas together. So in order to understand what the rolling shutter problem actually is and what that means, let's just dive directly and demonstrate it. Now you can see it here. I have my Canon EOS M rigged up with a monitor, and you will be able to see the preview of the Canon EOS M. Then I want to start firstly with the first lens, and the first lens, it will be this lens. Now you can see it. So this lens is a 50mm. It's Revuenon. It's a 50mm vintage lens, maximum aperture f1.4. I haven't tested out really. I just recently bought it. It was a good bargain deal, and I just couldn't stop not buying it. So it's really heavy, metal build, but today it's not about this lens, it's about the rolling shutter. So let me just install it on the Canon EOS M, right? So I have the adapter ring, because the Revuenon, this was a Pentax mount. So I had an adapter ring for Pentax to Canon EOS M. And now let's just go here. You can see it right there. So these are some figurines, a picture, right? And let me just check out if it's in focus. So I just hit the focus assist and I can see it's right in focus. Now rolling shutter, what that means is that when we are panning it right to left, left to right, well, those figurines in the picture, you will see what will happen. So look at there. They are jiggling, right and left, left and right. Something like this, right? And this is the problem with the rolling shutter. So that means when you are panning, look at that image, how it's deforming. The shape is just changing. So if you want to pan, right, even if I'm doing it relatively slowly, it still moves. If I'm doing really quite fast, then you can see, and this is the rolling shutter effect, right? And we are at the 50mm, right? Now on the other hand, panning, let me just block it so that it doesn't pans. So tilting, on the other hand, tilting, there's no problem in tilting. Like, look at there. Even if we are doing faster, it's like jumping, right? But no problem there, right? That's why if you are looking on my other channel, Daz_ here, you will see that many of the shots that I'm doing with the Canon EOS M, it will be more tilting than panning. Because let's go back to panning. So right to left, left to right. the image is just deforming, right? Look at there. I mean, in tilting, the characters were right, figurines were like jumping, and you can see it, but here is just, right? Look at that. Awful. Now, we are on the 50 mil, and I told you that today, I mean, I will not just leave it there because I could just stop and say, okay, this is the situation, right? I could just say, this is the situation, I'm stopping here, and you have seen the effect of rolling shutter. It's awful, panning right to left, don't, tilting, yes. Mission accomplished. But no, because here today I want to come with a solution. I want to, you know, tell you what solution have I found for this problem. And for that we will go back here and we will start our voyage of with this one. We will start the voyage. Let's change the lens. So here it is. This is a 35 millimeter, right? Canon lens, 35 millimeter. So we had a 50 on it. So now we will put a 35. This is a beautiful lens. I have already made a video about this lens, and it's this 35 millimeter is made for L39 mount. It's a Leica mount, and from Canon it's quite nice. It goes down to f1.8, but it's not about the lens today. Today it's about the rolling shutter. So let me just install this lens. So in order to install it, I will take out now the other one. So I got out this one, and now getting back with this beautiful Leica mount. Okay, so now that I have done it, let me just start again and go back here. So now it's not, we have the 35 millimeters. So we don't have the 50 anymore. Let me just check if the subjects are in focus. If not, let's just bring the focus on. Now it's on. So now the picture and the figurines are in focus, right? Now because this is 1.5, it's a little bit, you know, darker the image, but that's not the problem because today we are talking about the rolling shutter. So let's just start and, you know, pan, right? Because panning will show the rolling shutter. And look at here. I mean, obviously it's still, you can see the rolling shutter effect, but it's not that much as you could see it before. It doesn't change a lot, but 35, I mean, it's not. Let's see a little bit the tilt, and as you can see, with the tilt, we don't have any problems, right? So again, that's why I'm telling you that in tilt, tilting is just fine. That's why I'm using more tilt than panning, because of this rolling shutter effect. Okay, let's bring it a little bit closer, the subject. So let me just move it, this one, closer, like here, so that, let's say, around here, still have the same effect that the 50, so it's that close. I'll just go with the focus assistant and focus a little bit to the subjects. They are maybe too close. Something like here. Okay. Something like here. And now they are in focus. Right? Here, and they are in focus. Okay. So I can close the focus assist. And now let's see the rolling shutter. So we are on the same level like with the 50, and we are just moving. Now you can still see, of course, the rolling shutter effect, but it seems like it's not the same way, or maybe it is. It's you to judge. But it's 35. I mean, it's normal to have kind of the same effect. So let's just go back here, and from this part, if we are looking, however, the rolling shutter effect is different. Now let me just go back here, stop this one, and I mean 35. Let's put another one. Let's put this time 20. How about that? So here you have, this is a Sigma. This is a Sigma vintage lens, 21mm to 35, and it's an Olympus mount, so I needed an adapter Olympus to EF-M, and let's just put this one, install it on the Canon EOS M. So let's take down the 35, which was a really nice lens, and let's put the 20. So now I have the 20 on it, and let's just check out the focus, if it's in focus. Not really, so let me just focus in. So there you have it. Now it's in focus. Let's just put the ISO a little bit up for this one, because I'm at 100. Let's stay at 400, it's fine. Yeah. So we are at 400, and there you have it. So of course the field of view, it's now bigger. And now let's just do the rolling shutter. Let's just pan it. So you see, of course, we are not that close. We are far away because we have a bigger angle of view. We have a wide angle, 21. We are at 21. So the perception of rolling shutter is different, right? I mean, you can say that with the 50 also you can achieve that, but that's not really the case. But with the 20, with the wide angle, it's just different. Look, if we are moving it. Now let's do the other exercise to go closer, right? So once more, let's just go closer to the subject. Okay, so we are close. Let me just check a little bit the focus. It's good, it's in focus. That's nice. So let's do again. And you see, close, if we are close, we have the same rolling shutter effects, right? It's just so bad, right? You can see it. It's just so bad. If you are going to tilt, just for demonstration purposes, look there. Tilt, no problem. Panning, I mean, it's just bad. But then, if I'm pulling it back, I'm here. The subject is like far away. If I'm doing the panning, you see, if you cannot see the same way, I mean that rolling shutter effect is still there, but if the subject is far away and we are looking at a wide angle, then the rolling shutter effect, it's not that visible. It's still there. In the solution, you just have to trick it. So it's still there, but if I am panning right now, like a little bit slow, and the subject, the focus is those figurines, you see panning, it's kind of nice. You don't have that jiggering problems, even if we are doing it fast, because the subject, they are in the middle and we have a big horizon. It's just not the same, right? Now let's do another exercise. So let's do it like that was 21. I mean, we have always the good and quite nice, kit lens. That starts with the 80 millimeters. Let's just put on this one. Now, what you have to take into consideration is that this one has an image stabilizer inside. That helps also. So, without further ado, let's just install that one also. And yeah, as I told you, so we have the image stabilizer. Do not forget about that. Let's just go back, and here we are, right? 80 millimeters. And let's just check, but I think the figurines are in focus, right? Yeah, no problem with it. So, image stabilization active on the lens, and then let's just roll it. I mean, the subjects are really, you know, far away, 80 millimeter, and look there. The rolling shutter is like, it's completely different. Okay, we have the image stabilization also active of the lens, but look at that, how smooth it is. Now, just for fun, let's just go closer, like, let's see, here maybe. Let me check if it's in focus. Yes, it is. So it's good. And now let's just do this. I mean, you see it's still there. If you are close and you can see it. Now let's do a little bit of panning. I mean, panning, oh, tilting, I want to say. Tilting is just fine, so we don't have a problem. Let's go a little bit even closer. Like this. Something like this, right? And let's just pan it. See the image stabilization lens, it's helping a little bit, and it's not that jiggly. This is what I loved from the beginning when I started. I had only the kit lens, started to film with the kit lens, and quite honestly I was surprised I could do, you know, things on the move, film on the move also. But with vintage lenses I observed the rolling shutter was horrible. And let's just do a really, I mean, you can still see it there, but even if I'm coming closer, it's still, you can see it, but it's not the same, right? And then at the end, now this is really just, you know, to have fun and to show you something, you know, different. But for that, already I know, have to change the preset because I am at 5.2K and I have to go on the crop mode one by one. 3K, let's just go there. Oh, so we have the crop, and I want to show you, this is just for the fun fact, a C-mount lens. This C-mount lens is this one. This is a Cosmicar TV zoom lens. Whoop, like here, TV zoom lens. It's a C-mount, so we need a C-mount to EF-M mount adapter. What I like about this Cosmicar at 6.5 millimeter focal length is that I can use it in 3K also. It covers that area in 3K. And what is fun fact about this, that the infinity focus is so close that we don't have a focusing ring on it, on this one. So let's just put let's just put this one also on the Canon EOS M. All right, and let's see about the rolling shutter. So I have the Cosmicar on it. Let's just start, and this is the angle field of view of this Cosmicar 6.5 in 3K. Oh, let me just check if we are in focus. So you can see it's infinity focus, so we are in focus. And let's just try like this rolling shutter. I mean, if I'm doing like this, the rolling shutter, you can see it, it doesn't exist. I mean, with our eyes, the perception, yes, so I'm talking about perception, is that it just doesn't exist. Like, look, I can pan. I mean, tilting, I don't even talk about, like, tilting, it's nothing still. But even panning, I mean, if I'm do this kind of pan, it's like nothing. I can do it really fast, still nothing. I mean, but I'm from this distance, so you can see the image is quite far away, right? And yeah, I mean, you can have even my fingers here, you can see it. So that's the advantage of this one. Now let's, for fun, go quite, close. Let me just check how close can I go with this one. I think now we are something like there. Let me just check if it's in focus. Yes, so you see, that was cool. I'm in focus, I'm moving further, I'm still in focus, going closer, I'm still in focus, I'm moving further. That's just the fun with this lens. Okay, so now let's see the rolling shutter. Come on, look at that. I mean, there is, but the perception, I mean, yeah, there is. But, I mean, now it's close, relatively close, right? Can go as close as I can. But and now you can see the rolling shutter, right? But it's completely different. This has a little bit of, or more of a fisheye thing, not that pronounced, but you see, I mean, like here, of course, it's almost cannot see it. So the conclusions from my part is that, you see, it depends on what kind of lenses and from what focal distance you are filming the subject, or if you move around the subject, or the subject, if it moves, it affects on how compressed and how close you are to the subject, this rolling shutter thing. But this rolling shutter is occurring to even really almost, I mean, high-end hybrid cameras, and that's, for me, it's really disappointing that on a really high-end hybrid camera you can still see the rolling shutter. For me, it's something that I mean, I can accept it on a Canon EOS M because it's just a couple of $100, right? But then on a hybrid camera of a couple of $1,000, $3, $4, $5,000, unacceptable. But it's there. I mean, here it's awful. You could see on a 50 millimeter close compressed image on a subject, close subject. You are panning it. It's horrible. So that's just a problem. How can avoid or try to fool the watcher is that going far away from the subject, and even though try out wide angle lens. I mean, with the 50 millimeter, even if we go far away, it's still quite compressed image, and the rolling shutter still will be very, seeable for the watchers. But a wide angle lens, because there's a wide field of view and the subject is in the middle wherever it is, but it's not occupying that whole entire space, then the rolling shutter will be not so much perceived by the eyes of the watcher. So I hope this was interesting, helpful, and try out. If you want to get rid of the rolling shutter, you cannot. It's there. But you can fool the watcher with this kind of things. So if you have made it till the end, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and share the information so that anybody who is having this problem, rolling shutter, or is annoyed by the rolling shutter, maybe this solution can relieve him, can help him to overcome that annoyance. See you in my next video.